Do we have sound? Testing. Sound check. Working on audio. All audio engineers are on the problem. We've got our best people working on it. We can't wait to start the meeting.
We're on, David.
We're on.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Pillar Wrap-Up, Fundraising Token Sale Wrap-Up and Pillar Project Kickoff. I'm David Siegel. This is the amazing Pillar team. Today is Tuesday, July 18th, 2017. We welcome you to as the first official members of the Pillar Project outside of our core group here. And we've got a bit of an agenda today that we're going to go through in about 40 minutes. That lets you, here, can I help you? Do you want to say hi to everybody? You can play it with no sound. Okay, bye. Sorry. Okay. Gotcha.
You didn't make it this time.
I gotcha. Don't hurt me. Okay, we've got an agenda today, and then you're going to hear from the team. I'm just going to go from the top quickly what we're going to cover so that we've got a little roadmap here. Micah, you've got to keep the sound to 0, please. Okay. How many people say a yes in there if you've got Pillar tokens? Say yes. Type a yes into the chat box if you have Pillar tokens. Not if you're mad at us because you can't see your Pillar tokens. We'll get to that. But if you have them, say yes. Do we see some yeses? Yes. Now, the next one is, how many are coming to Slovakia? If you're coming to Slovakia, say Slovakia, right? Slovakia. Or if you can't spell Slovakia, spell Poprad, P-O-P-R-A-D, into the chat box and tell us you're coming, because it's open and you're invited, and you know that, and you've read about it and dreamed about it, and you've managed to work out your schedule, and you've got enough ether to pay for the plane, so you're on your way, and we want to hear from you. The people who are coming to Slovakia, type in Slovakia or Poprad. What do you see, Tina? A few?
Yes, absolutely. Sorry.
Some people are coming to Slovakia. Cool. And a bunch of yeses, I hope.
The feed is just spinning through. It's very, very fast.
Right, so thank you very much. So great. We'll just keep those votes coming. Say yes if you have Pillar tokens, and say Poprad if you're coming to Slovakia. We think that we're pretty sure. I'm going to get to Slovakia. So here's the overview. I'm going to give a quick rundown of the numbers. Then I'm going to give tell you about pre-sale tokens, because many people are worried about pre-sale. Here, let me hear, Mike. I'm just going to. And then the people who sent money to the testnet, talk about our community, and then product development, dreams to reality, and about the company, how to join us, and what does that take, and then a bit about our open positions and a pitch for the Poprad event, which we hope will be overrun with Pillaristas. So let me quickly give you an overview of what happened in the sale. It's just so loud here. Everyone can hear now. So Micah. And it ended last night at about 9:30 p.m. because it's not based on time, it's based on blocks. We raised 111,000 Ether. Thank you very much. Thank you to our amazing supporters and new shiny Ether token holders. And then just at that exact moment that we closed out, it was worth just over $20 million. Today, it's worth $23 million. That's going to, don't pay attention to that number. That's going to go up and down. But that's just amazing. And we're just floored. And we just can't thank you enough. We get to build this, do this project from scratch. And we were going to be very careful with your money. We had 8,900 unique addresses that the money came from, and the mean was 12 Ether was the mean. That's the average. The average was 12 Ether. The maximum Ether was about 2,000, and that's very low for maximum. Most ICOs have huge whales taking down millions of dollars worth, and this is 2,000 was our maximum. We had a total of 13,000 transactions. Okay, Micah, I'm going to have to put you on TV now. I'm so sorry. The median spend by transaction, I don't understand that number. So basically 13,000 transactions from about 9,000, almost 9,000 addresses. We're just so thrilled that we have so many supporters. Now I'm going to go to the pre-sale tokens because everyone wants to know about the pre-sale tokens. It's a very urgent topic. The pre-sale tokens were sold last Wednesday, and they had to wait until the sale was over, and then the two smart contracts merge, and that way all pillar tokens are our pillar tokens. Micah, I'm coming. Okay, Micah, here I come. I'm bringing everybody with me now. So you're going to see 500 people. Well, I need the sound to be much quieter. Sorry. Thank you. Okay. We are merging these two smart contracts now into one smart contract so that all pillar tokens are pillar tokens. They're identical. And that can't happen when they're two separate ones. And as you can imagine, this is a difficult process because 90% of these Ether contracts go in, but some of them are little exceptions that we have to deal with. And it's very tricky. We got to make sure all of them go in, or else some people are going to be upset. So as to make the most people happy as soon as we can, we're saying that we believe you'll get your pillar tokens if you're a pre-sale will look just like the other ones when we send an email newsletter out tomorrow. And it should be, and I'm saying this because our engineers are working on it right now, it should be around noon UK time tomorrow, possibly before. Please don't email us. Please watch your newsletter and we will send out an all clear signal. And then your pillar tokens, the pre-sale people, will be just like the other ones. So in fact, the pre-sale address you can forget about, and you'll use the main sale ad just as though you had bought in the main sale, and that's how it has to be. By the way, this is how it works with most pre-sales. You got two smart contracts and you have to merge the data, and it just takes a time because you have to get it right. I'm sorry. Please, you're not selling your tokens anyway, so not for a while. So let's just wait another less than 24 hours and you'll have them. Next thing is some people sent money to a testnet address. This was a mistake. We feel bad for them. This was in the pre-sale, I think, or around the pre-sale. They didn't understand what they were doing, and they saw an address on our website. It said testnet, and they mistakenly sent money to the testnet, which unfortunately is not recoverable. So we made a statement. In fact, we did it through Joe, the amazing video blogger, that we would make them whole if we met our maximum in the sale, because that was just the right thing to do. They lost their money, and we just wanted to help them. If we could make our maximum, we would take care of them. We didn't promise. We're very sorry, but we have to treat everybody as a class, and it just doesn't make sense for us to give tokens to about 200 people. No, it's less than that. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's about 20 people. But it was enough tokens that we felt like it just wasn't the right thing for us to do, given that we didn't make we just wanted to help people if we could, and we've got a lot of things to do in our agenda. So that's the situation on testnet errors. I'm sorry. There were other errors. A bunch of people made mistakes. It did amount to some real money, and we're really very sorry about that. This kind of chalk it up to being a beginner in crypto land, and I've made one or two mistakes, and most people make one or two mistakes. So it's better to make small mistakes and just deal with small test amounts of money first than to send real money to any smart contract. All right, next on our agenda, I want to ask Ralph to talk about our online community, because that's kind of wrapping up what happened, okay? And now we want to talk about the future. So we are all about community, and this is big grassroots community that is going to get much bigger. And we want you to start having local meetings, having pillar meetups. That can start tomorrow, tonight. Why not? Pillar meetups. Let's go. Report in. You know, you know what? We don't have the software for doing any of that. We're working on it, but you can help us. So here's Ralph to tell us about our upcoming online community.
Okay, so I'm really stoked about this. A few weeks ago, I was at my favorite hackerspace in Amsterdam, Tech Inc. And I saw that they're using this Slack-like alternative, and I asked them about it. Turns out that it was decentralized too, and I started looking into it, started playing around with it, and I got really excited. You can see for yourself right now at matrix.org. You can learn more about the technology and how it works. But yeah, I got really stoked. We first wanted to set up an equivalent for Slack that we can build up the community. Didn't really work out. We looked into Matrix and it looks really cool. Right now, we're still fighting with some configuration things. We had hoped that it would be ready for tonight's meeting. It's not, unfortunately. But you can take a look at matrix.org and get an idea. Now, the idea is that a lot of people have asked all of us, how can we participate? How can we join? How can we contribute? I can do ABC. Do you need ABC? A lot of questions like that have been asked, and most of my answer, and I think all of us have been, just wait, there's going to be a community ready where everybody can just join. Like David said, nobody's asking you about your CV, nobody's interviewing you, nobody's asking you about experience. You can just join. Participate. It's that simple. That's how I think, correct me if I'm wrong, except for David, all of us got into this team. We just believed, we saw where there's work, where people were needed. Even if there's multiple people who have the same skill, you can only do one thing at the same time. So we work together, and this community is really, really an important part of the Pillar project. We want to do it right. We don't want to do anything half set up. And even though it might come across sometimes due to mistakes, our intention is to do everything really right. But please give us maybe another day, maybe 2 days. You will receive a newsletter where we will invite you and everybody else to join us. There's no point in asking us for access to Slack right now because we're going to ditch it. We're going to completely switch to a decentralized solution. And yeah, we'll take it from there. Sure.
We actually looked at matrix.org about 5 months ago and decided that it wasn't ready for enough people. It just wasn't, thoroughly tested enough and industrial strength enough. Now, if we announce Matrix for our community and 800 people or 1,800 people or 2,800 people come in there, is it going to work?
Well, you have to look at what is the alternative, right? Right now we have Slack, which is paid for, and if you need to pay for licensing, then you're paying around $8 per user.
No. I'm asking a question though. Is it going to work, or is it not really ready for prime time? Because it could be another one of these, floods.
So I know communities that are that large that are using it. I think it's related also to scaling. I'm sure there will be some things where we need to check our configuration, see if we need to scale different because we're running into optimization issues, etc. From the alternatives, it does seem the best way. I do think though, and especially considering our community, that we should actually make use of the decentralization feature and not just set up one server and call it decentralized. So I think most of the benefits of this system and in scaling for our community of this many people, it will be by actually making use of the decentralization. And yeah, sure, there might be bugs. I'm sure there are, and we might run into some, but we will have a lot more benefits as opposed to other solutions. And if you
Okay.
don't look only at matrix.org, but you look at riot.im, so
Yeah, I've seen Riot.
RIOT.
Yeah.
So Riot is a pretty, I would say it's far beyond alpha and beta stage. It's in a stage where it can be used in productive environments, and it's pretty stable. But yeah, we're all on the forefront here. I just believe in adapting technologies that are yeah, giving us benefits over the non-open source ones.
Let's discuss, because we do, open source is good, but we don't want to break it. And I'd like to know a bit more about maybe some of the bigger communities that are using Matrix, and we could. But so you know, we're going to work on it this week, and we're going to get a newsletter out pretty soon so people can jump in. You know, people are saying, how can I help? How can I help? Well, you're going to have to wait a couple more days or until we have this community, and then we'll set it up. And you can, by the way, we can have city channels so you can meet people in your city. And we'll have, you know, we'll have online events. We'll have people who are interested in various parts of it and how they can all start contributing. Really looking forward to that. We want to get it set up so it's right, so we don't get a lot of complaints. So we're, you know, so maybe we'll invite 30 or 40 people and try to get it started and things like that. So give us a little time. We're not making a firm commitment on when. Okay.
Too many things crashed under pressure of Pilaristas already. So.
Right, the pillar pressure. Right. Okay. So, and also, if you're not signed up for our mailing list, be sure to go to pillarproject.io and sign up for the mailing list. And then when it comes, you're going to get a confirmation. And after the confirmation, you'll get a first message, which, by the way, I just realized is probably wrong. We're going to need a new welcome message right away. But then, after you get that when you get that message, it may go into your spam folder, or on Gmail may go into your promo folder. So expect a message right away. And then if you don't see one, start hunting around for it in various folders, because we get a lot of email from people saying, I signed up for the newsletter and I didn't get it. And then I just cut and paste, look in your promo, spam and promo folders, and they go, hey, I found it. So let's try to do that first. Now, let's talk about, I want to talk about our company a little bit, about our product a little bit, and about our trip to Slovakia and some of our, the kind of people we're looking for our next, you know, group of hires. Does that make sense? Does anybody want to say anything else before then? Anything? Tina? Anybody?
Just wanted to say that thank you for all of the lovely messages that are coming through the stream. We've currently got 275 people online, and I think the activity is faster and quicker than we've ever seen before. So it's just wonderful to feel the buzz. Thank you, guys.
Any quick questions out of that we want to answer?
I think it will be useful if you just repeat our stance on pre-sale tokens, because the question is coming back.
Pre-sale tokens we are working on now. It involves merging two smart contracts, and you have to get every last address right. Everything has to be perfect. We're working on it right now. We'll have it tomorrow. I'm not promising exactly when, but we will tweet and we will send an email to everyone. So watch your newsletter, and it'll say that your pillar tokens that are pre-sale are now just like the grown-up pillar tokens from the main sale, and they'll be available in exactly the same way. And we'll send you instructions on how to do that. And please don't email us until you get that newsletter, because we are working on it. And you know, we have really good world-class people. And your tokens are fine, and you're not selling them, so there isn't a rush. It's not an emergency. They're there. You'll get them. Don't worry. Probably be tomorrow afternoon, European time sometime. Okay. As soon as we get them ready, you'll get the newsletter. Okay. What else? Any other burning issues out there in YouTube land?
There is one question that maybe you didn't heard before. What exchange PLR token will be on?
Gosh, I never heard that question. So about the exchange, we're also answering that question in tomorrow's newsletter. And the answer is we are applying to several and we can't talk about it because the exchanges don't want you to talk about it. So it's already listed on, I think, Hit BTC. Is that right? It's very, very low volume. Don't plan on getting much of a good price there. It's going to be all over the place because you need buyers and sellers. And that market just hasn't come up yet. So, the market will evolve. And the first couple of weeks of any token are always, very thinly traded, and it'll increase. Don't worry about it.
One thing is Hit BTC, where this is basically option on pillars, and second thing is Ether Delta, the decentralized exchange. So these are two places where you can find those. But the main exchange that we will talk and come to agree will be announced soon, and that's the last thing we can say.
Yeah, we're working on some big exchanges, and we really like Ether Delta. And I think actually because people were wondering why is somebody selling tokens before the sale is over, I think what happened was this person stole some tokens. My hypothesis is someone got hold of someone's tokens by getting his private key. This can happen through a keylogger on your computer, through malware, spyware. And then they got the tokens. They said, what are these? I don't know. Let's go see if I can sell them. I wonder how much I should sell them for. I'll just dump them and see if I can get some money for them and make a quick profit. So it's not someone selling at a loss. It's some thief selling at a profit. That's impossible for us to prove. That's just my hypothesis at the moment. I did, by the way, hear of someone who did lose some. That not long after buying them. And his said his wallet was gone, and I said, well, if you have spyware on your computer while you're making your wallet, that will do it, right? So, and as I do in the video, check, use Norton, use some disk checker, use a computer checker to make sure that there's no bad stuff on your computer before you manage and work with private keys. All right, so we want to talk about product and company. Any other quick questions? Anybody want to say something? Go ahead.
There's only one question to Yogesh from Rob Gaskell. Did Yogesh show his message on LinkedIn?
Did
We can proceed next.
Did Yogesh get the message from Rob on LinkedIn?
Yep.
Did you, Yogesh?
You can answer on LinkedIn, I think.
That's not exactly a mass market question here.
We can proceed.
Who else? Okay. Anybody want to say anything? Tomer, you're rocking as usual. Tomer's head is always bobbing up and down. Yes. Oh, we got somebody. Daniel's on the ball, looks like. You're on the ball. Right on. Cool. Okay. Great. So I had an office once and the ball thing started, and somebody brought in a ball, and then everybody, pretty soon the whole office was on balls. And honestly, a month later, these balls were just kicking around and no one was using them. Just had balls everywhere. It was just a hazard. So we're not starting that trend in the Pillar office. All right, so look, here's the general roadmap. Okay, the Pillar roadmap. What is it? Well, we don't know. We're gonna have to blaze our own trail and whack a lot of weeds and go over some hills and dales and lose our way a few times, but we hope to make a lot of small mistakes and eventually go in a good direction. We hope not to make any big mistakes. And so far, that's kind of been true of our whole campaign. Lots of little mistakes to find our direction, but when we get there, we nail it. And so we will be going to Poprad, Slovakia in 2 weeks. That's like a week from this Saturday. And we'll be there for basically 7 days, Saturday to Saturday. And it's very loose and unorganized. We've got some seminars and sessions in the mornings. We're going to be talking about how we work. We are not planning any technology. How we work, how we set up, how we communicate, what are our values, what's our constitution, what are our systems that we're going to set up, and we're going to talk a lot about systems and scalability. There's no management in this company. First of all, it's not, Pillar Project is not a company. The company is called 2030, and the Pillar Project is one project of it. It has now its own budget, so all the money belongs to the project. It's an open source project of a for-profit company. This is fairly common. And we'll be, the overall, I'll tell you a bit more about our culture, but that is what our meeting in Slovakia is about. It's about culture and process, not about technology. So, and interestingly, if you run a startup or you run a small company or you run a mid-sized company or you're in a big company, you can learn a lot from us about how to run meetings, projects, board meetings, deal with, efficient, build a more efficient, effective, joyful organization. We recommend, before anybody goes to PopRad, to read this amazing book, Tina, called Joy Inc. by my friend Richard Sheridan. This is must required reading before you come to Slovakia. And if you don't come to Slovakia, you need it even more. I get no kickback from Richard on this. This is just maybe the best management book of all times, because it's about how you can run an organization with no management and no project managers. So we will be learning a lot of that and practicing and working. And so it'll be working sessions. And how do you get in? Well, because we're going to need to hire people, we're going to start. So we start in Slovakia. That's for the first week of August. We'll then set up in London in some temporary month-by-month office space for September. And sometime, we hope by end of September, middle of October, we will have signed a lease, and we'll be moving into our not fancy, but nice enough and good wall space offices. You'll learn from me if you come to, and we're going to record, by the way, most of our sessions in. We've discovered that video is our medium, right? Yeah, check. So we're going to be, we are all going to get mad video skills, and we're going to be publishing plenty of stuff from PopRad, so you'll see it. And we're going to talk a lot about why WeWork is a terrible environment for working, because you can't work with the walls and you can't work together as a team. Everybody's just quietly working away silently and sending Slack messages from one side of the room to the other. So we're going to have a more noisy environment, more community environment, and more active. Anybody who wants to get ahead can read the Valve Company Handbook. This is a famous document that's online, Valve, V-A-L-V-E, Company Handbook. It's a PDF that is unlike almost any other company handbook you may have ever seen. So you're going to be learning a lot about kind of running a self-organized, self-managed organization that is organic and grows like a city does, or like a bunch of bacteria do, like in a cellular way, and not in any kind of. Somebody asked me for an org chart. Someone said, "Yeah, we're interested in investing in 2030. Send the org chart." I said, "Doesn't sound like a fit. Sorry." So, we'll find someone else's money who understands what we're doing.
David, just one thing to add. You were mentioning about London. A shout out to anyone who can help us find sponsors. There could be, in every city that we're going to have expand this, this methodology of, innovation centers and so on. Any large organizations that have spare offices, that want to have a very cool environment inside and learn in a two-way street from us, we are looking for sponsors, and instead of signing a formal lease as that, make a better even use of your money. So help us get sponsors wherever we are in the world expanding. This is also something that I want to shout out for the community. Help us there.
Right. We're going to scale this. Go ahead.
I was just going to say that's a great idea, and there are lots of. I think that will be well received in London, and you've got different regions that are looking, not least Old Street, the tech centre there, and you've also got Croydon, believe it or not, which is not very far from where I'm based. So I think that's an amazing idea, and it's a great way of outreaching as well, isn't it, and explaining what we're about.
Yeah, we're really interested in setting up the London Center so that it's a model for other cities around the world. So that, you know how TED was a conference for a long time, and I was actually at TED too. That's how old I am. So, but But then they said, hey, what about TEDx? Why not just let everybody just take the brand and run with it? Right? And that's what we're going to do with 2030. We're going to let you take the brand and run with it by setting up your own center. That's going to come later. But so the London is kind of the nucleus of that, but it won't be the center because there will be no center.
Understood.
It'll be a mesh network of innovation centers in cities around the world. Anyone is welcome to start one. We'll probably have like even boot camps and workshops on doing all that eventually. So first things first, we get set up, and we would love to partner with any companies. Now, the other part of the road, yes.
Just to mention, I think the key word here, and again, David mentioned it before, but I really want to repeat it. The key word here for anyone who is approaching us and anyone who wants to work with us is think always, how does this scale? How do you take that and turn it into something, a worldwide thing, scalability? That's the key. How do you take something that was embryonic and is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger and turning it into something that you can copy paste all around the world, and it will just flourish. That's the idea.
Yeah, so we want people to figure out how to do the dirty work that they don't like to do it, and then figure out how to automate that so no one does it anymore. That's more or less what they do at Google. And well, we would love some Google employees who could teach us how to do that, because we want to automate as much as we possibly can. We have blockchain, we have software, we have technology, we have internet. So we're going to replace a lot of normal bodies with software. We will never have an HR group ever. We'll just have a group, what we call central services, that does everything. So everybody's a generalist and everybody just does whatever needs to be done. I will talk about specific things, positions we're going to be hiring for in London. Hey, who's from London? Just shout out. If you're from London, just type in London, please. Or if you're willing to move to London, type in London. So we have some idea.
Yeah, there's a guy called Tom in London. I should say, whilst we're online, our Michael was saying, shout out for Shoreditch. It's got to be Shoreditch. So Shoreditch is a great place in London. So just to say,
I'm kind of a Shoreditch guy. So Spitalfields, that's my center of town. So shout out if you're from London. We want to give you some specifics in a minute about our positions that we're going to be looking for, and you'll see it's not the normal thing.
Yeah, Keith Pierce is from London, Eleanor B from London, Sleepwoke London, Eddie B London, Connor McLaughlin. Exciting. I'm hoping to meet you soon. I look forward to that.
Watch out. The first Pillar meetup in London is coming to you on September 5th. I just made that up. I hope it's a weekday. It's going to be, and Michael is going to organize it because he's our social organizer too. So perfect.
Michael, we're at your house on 5th September.
That's right. We're coming to your place, whatever day of the week that is. I have no idea. Maybe even sooner. I want to switch and talk about product a bit, and then I'm going to come back and talk about the company and a bit about our values and how we will hire and what we're looking for. Okay. So what is this thing now? It's I've written a book about it. We've got videos. It's an amazing system. And if you just like go to sleep and wake up in 10 years, maybe that's how it's going to be, although probably be something else. But how do you start that? And I have we're going to work on 2 core products. So very importantly, the community does 90% of the work, right? We just do the core. Much of what we do is outreach, events, communications, branding, more communications, coordination, facilitation, and that kind of thing, so that we can create an ecosystem of developers, marketers, companies that want to contribute and be part of this ecosystem. And they'll make money doing so, but they do most of the work, just like Ethereum. The core Ethereum foundation does only the blockchain, and all of the work on Ethereum is being done by thousands of people worldwide, creating all kinds of things for it. And that's what's going to happen with Pillar 2. We are not going to staff up with programmers and ship a big product. No, we are going to very leanly and very lightly ship a core product and continue to make it stronger and better and better and better. So the core product is a wallet. It's a crypto wallet. And I'm telling you, if you work with me, you're going to ship software every week that works. It may suck, but it's going to work. So we're going to get a little rowboat in the water and make sure it doesn't sink, and row it around a little bit, and then we'll add a seat to it, and we'll add a little sail, then we'll put a rudder on it, then we'll extend it a little bit, then we'll get another sail, and we'll just keep it, but it's going to float the whole time, and it's going to work the whole time. So even if we don't ship it to the world, every Friday we want to ship software, and then, you know, we'll stick it in a repo and people can hammer on it and test it all week if they want. So it's going to be a wallet. It will probably start out as an Ether wallet, only Ether, nothing but. I just want to make the simplest possible wallet. It'll have the simplest possible interface, and then we'll say, I got an idea. Let's add Bitcoin. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. So then we'll add another currency, and then we'll just add none. And then we'll say, hey, what about the pillar tokens? You better have those. Yeah, right. So we'll put those in, and we'll say, well, what could those pillar tokens do? Well, maybe they could help you turn on the flashlight. Hey, let me try that. Sure, whatever. So we're just going to build incrementally from this wallet, eventually an entire ecosystem. But it's going to start small and it's going to keep working. There's another product. So we're going to do two products. The other product is a wallet that will plug into big company systems that are already out there. So, imagine you've got an account at Barclays or Amazon, whatever, and we'll build a wallet that will let you tie into that so you can interface with the Barclays, or let's say Coinbase, some of these exchanges would be a good example, and you can start trading, but instead of trading with just one exchange, you'll trade with 10 exchanges, and they can all compete for your bids. And so we'll start tying into existing systems without accounts, but replacing accounts with APIs. And the tokens that we issue will be good for those API calls, so that you could, for example, have like Amazon Web Services, or something you pay for every month. Let's say I actually pay for LinkedIn. You could pay for Dropbox. You might pay for any number of services per month. You could just plug in your wallet and pay as you go, instead of having to top up your credit card and maintain your account, your settings and your preferences and all that stuff. That will come to you in your Pillar wallet. We'll do that kind of one system at a time, one customer at a time. And that's our second product. So those are the two products that go along. They're very similar, they're related, and nothing else. It's going to be really, really, really focused, right? So we're shipping very small things that work well when we get them out to the public. Tina?
Tomi, did you want to say something?
Yes, I wanted to add on the second product that David was mentioning. One of the problems that companies are facing, and anyone who has dealt in, was worked in B2B knows that pretty much all companies have been hacked. All companies have been suffered, and for all of them, the part of the account is actually a huge liability. So we're going to work, and again, a shout out to the community. Anyone who is working in a company who has suffered that, who is suffering from the account, or the accounts, the data of the account represent to them much more of a liability than it actually is as a business, come talk to us. Tell us, we will solve together a solution. We want to approach the market, and we want to solve actual products that can really help you. We would love the liability that you have right now in your company. We want it, because we want to help you to get rid of account, get rid of that liability, so you just keep your asset, you just keep the revenue part, and we will take on the liability. Everybody wins.
Very cool. That's right. We're very market driven here, both at 2030 and at Pillar, and we're going to do heavy marketing to find those customers who want something and then build it, and rather than build something and then see who wants it. So we're going to really be focusing on reaching out to people that people in companies, and getting them into roundtables, discussions, meetings, and getting their people involved, invite them in and help us build the thing that will help keep their customers safer. Don't forget GDPR. GDPR is a set of laws coming to Europe about data privacy next March. And most companies are freaking out about that, because they have to find a way to double secure their accounts and make it so people can be forgotten, and comply with 87 other sub requirements of this law. And the Pillar wallet just does it all magically. So there's a lot of pain out there that we can just solve by saying, you don't have to bolt anything. If you got a problem with cloud software, you don't have to bolt more cloud software on to fix it. You could reduce a lot of your cloud software and put it on the blockchain. And so that's a big part of what we're going to be doing: outreach and partnerships and listening and roundtables and discussions and videos, so that everybody can help us find the right fit with the early adopter customers. So those are the two main products. We don't really know how we're going to do that, but we will do it week by week, step by step, small increments. Now, a bit about our culture. As you can see, we are 8 males for every 1 female, and we're going to keep that. Okay, forget that. I didn't. Okay, we are really hoping to have amazing diversity of people and thinking and cognitive abilities and viewpoints and backgrounds and stubbornness. Okay, we want a tremendous mix, so that makes us more anti-fragile, right? So that it's like, one way to say it is, nobody is a leader, everybody's a leader. When it's your time and you're the right person, you're the leader, and we'll follow you, because we've got enough different people that you happen to be the right person at that time. And when you take the initiative and do it, just as, the other day, it was, I don't know, 10 days ago or 8 days ago, Ralph just said, hey, you guys know, you need a newsletter. I'm going to set it up for you, and here's what's going to happen. And we said, okay, Ralph, tell us what to do, because we're flailing here. That's awesome. So sometimes you're a leader and sometimes you're a follower, and there's no set rules. There's no positions. There's no titles. We have no board. We will never have a board. So we will invite advisors and anybody to come in and participate, and just kind of day by day get involved. We don't want anybody's advice. We're not paying anybody for advice. We're paying for work. We're looking for work. The way you get in is we never interview, and we never look at resumes. So why? Because they're silly. It's just kind of a fictional account of your past, and then a fictional account of what it's like to work somewhere where everybody's just kind of lying at each other, and it's not very productive. And it doesn't have a very good track record for working either. So what we do is exactly what we've done. And you guys said, it wasn't fair. You said you're all volunteers except me. What am I? I volunteered. I said, hey, I've got this crazy idea. I'll volunteer. So we're all foolish volunteers here. And there's one thing we have that makes up for our lack of world-class skills in any particular specialty, and that's commitment. That's what we have. We have commitment, stick-to-itiveness, get the job done, don't complain. That's what we have. We can learn new skills, all of us, right? We need to learn something, right? Right? Am I hiring anybody here for particular skills? Tell me. No, that's not how you get in. You do not come and tell us how fantastic you are at anything. You just see something that needs to be done and you step up and do it. And if 99 people, if 100 people do that and we hire 3, then the other 97 don't complain. You're here for the ride and the journey, not, because that's your audition. Okay. So the way I say it is, the people who will do this work not for money, those are the ones I want to pay. So really do it not for money, because that's how you get in. And by the way, we don't have $100 million. We luckily have 20. It has to last a long time. We don't have much of a business model, if any. We may get some consulting work to bring in some money, but in general, open source projects don't have any income. So it has to last, and we have to manage our money carefully. That means somewhere around 20 people, and then we'll see. So we're just looking for a few positions. Now, I say it just to kind of tie into the existing world, but it's much more broad than that. We want to set up central services in London, and we'll need people to help manage our cash, manage our payments, and our payroll, and all the back office functions, that we're not doing any legacy stuff. We're not interested in any legacy software or legacy people or legacy mindset. We get to start from scratch. So we want very innovative people to come in and really dig in and do the work of paying people in Ether, paying people in Bitcoin, keeping our books, figuring out the accounts, interfacing with the whatever tax code requirements are for the UK and Switzerland. So all of that back office stuff that needs to get done and has to be done right, we're looking for people who will have initiative, drive, commitment to come in and help us do that. And I'll tell you how to do it right now. Do not send us a resume. Do not ask us for a job. Get yourself, I was going to use another word, get your nice self to PopRad Slovakia in 2 weeks, and that shows commitment, right? I swear, I'll probably say this 100 more times this year, the way to get in is commitment. So if you can get your nice self to us and just show up and be part of it, you don't have to say I'm here for a job, just go get working with us. And then in conversations and working with people, and alongside, we call it the kindergarten skills of just, working on drills and practice things and some of the stuff we actually have to do. You'll self-select in, and there will be ways that people self-select in and self-select their own salaries and self-select out. We don't have any HR. We don't have any rules. We're going to have, little pods and clusters of people who will work together. The Valve Company Handbook is kind of a good primer on that. So that's how to do it. Come. And now some people can't, right? That's the first thing. Somebody, I have a family vacation. Sorry, we're in Iceland that week. It's been scheduled for a long time. Okay, fair enough. We'll be in London. We'll be setting up. We'll have meetups. We'll have more of these events. We'll have more, and we'll have our online community. So get into our online community and don't ask for a job. Get into our online community and get in sync with us and start the work. The work, there's tons of it. We will have tons and tons of free, unpaid volunteers who will love what they're doing with us because it's awesome. And then we will take as many as we can afford and pay them. And the more money we get, the more we'll be able to pay, right? That's why we were hoping to raise a lot more. And you get what you get and you don't get upset. It's pretty amazing what we got. If Ether price goes to 500, we'll be hiring a lot more. So help us. I don't know what you can do about that, but the higher Ether is, the more we'll be able to hire. Yes, Tina.
What's good is obviously blockchain as a subject is still very new in terms of universities and academic institutions in the UK, so and throughout Europe. But I'd say for anyone who might be a student, they could be in the holiday time, but people who might be at university who want to try and understand blockchain better, then they can do that through the Pillar project. And I'd like to shout out to a guy called Stephen Hanlon on our team who's 19, and he is literally with us on a work placement, and he's been fantastic, and he's really got into the subject. So just to say that it's a great way to understand a really growing industry and do it in a friendly way with the support of good people around you.
Those who are interested in blockchain programming, there's also Blockchain Education Network, BEN. BEN. They have a very good Slack, and it's all about kind of learning the technical stuff. Now, there's another group of people that I want to address, and that is people who are saying, geez, it's really great that I don't need to have my resume or interview because I suck at interviewing and my resume doesn't look so good. I haven't done that well. I've had some difficulty. I've had some things fail, and I've had some real problems. And I can tell you, we've been there. And many of us have been through really difficult situations. And what happens is people don't want to hire you. Right? People stay away from that. And we are looking for failure. We are looking for people who've had really difficult times, who are tremendously skilled, tremendously eager to contribute to something, but they can't. They're filling out hundreds and hundreds of job applications, and it doesn't work because there are a lot of biases in the hiring process that we don't have, right? So we don't discriminate against age, race, sex, any beliefs of any kind. We definitely have a problem with smokers. I'm sorry. It's going to be part of our culture. It's just the way it is. Be careful. and I don't know if this is against the law in the UK or not, but smoking in the workplace is out for us, and people who smoke are kind of, you know, it's going to be a bad fit. What we like is enthusiasm, and anyone who's had a difficult time and who is getting rejected by people and has tremendous skills, you're the one we want, because you're going to be happy that you have a job with us, and you're going to be self-motivated, and you know, you're going to be the kind of person who sticks it out and has commitment, and that's what we are looking for. So we'll take you, you know, if you, and I can't say we'll take 5,000 people, but but you know what, you're just going to self-select in, because you're going to be the person that we naturally want, who's naturally committed, and it's going to be obvious whether you, and maybe you just had, you know, sold a successful business, maybe you're fantastically successful. We don't care. We don't care. Come work with us, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll hire as we can. So I talked about back office. Now we also are looking for, and this is a skilled position, not really quite position, but people we're looking for are world-class designers. And we're looking for world-class visual designers, user experience, and voice chat, voice box, voice bot, and voice interaction designers who can help us build the next generation customer experience. Whoever you are, you're obviously designing right now, possibly for an agency, and you may have people listening may have friends who are world-class designers. Now we're looking for sort of system thinker, MIT style, very capable, technical user experience and design people. I started one of the world's first web design agencies in San Francisco. So I have a pretty good idea what I'm looking for. And also it's going to be about commitment. It's not just about your pretty portfolio. But if we can find insanely good designers, that will make a huge difference to us. In fact, I used to know Steve Jobs, and he used to say insanely great all the time. And then also front-end coders. So front-end developers, FEDs. We're going to look for 1 or 2 front-end developers for, you know, desktop and for the both mobile platforms. This is again a set of skills that are particular because a lot of people do not want to sit and do front-end work. It's hard. The scripting work is particular to people who enjoy that. And we're not going to call you a specialist. You're going to do a lot of other things. But if that's your core competency, they talk at, I think it's at Netflix. They talk about the T. I can't make a T with my toque because I'm holding up the, but they talk about the T people who have a core competency, but they're also broad and thin in other areas and are good at teaching their core competency and learning the other areas where they are interested, naturally curious about the rest of it. So absolutely no specialists who are narrow and focused on one thing. No, you can always learn new things. What we want are people who start as really good front-end developers, really good designers, but are willing to expand their skill set and try new things and do new things. For example, a designer who's willing to start coding, right? A designer who's willing to start writing, a designer who is willing to start, you know, getting into blockchain mechanics and, you know, spending some time looking at smart contracts, whatever it is. So, and people who will teach each other so we can raise up, you know, younger people, less experienced people, and bring them on board who have the stick-to-itiveness and the commitment that will make them good, strong future pillar senior members. So, all right. So I think I've said the general things we're looking for: back office, designers, and front end. We've talked a bit about PopRad. How do you get to PopRad? Give us some of the numbers and information about PopRad, please, Tomer, and how do you get there and all that?
So let's first begin with the numbers. We have sold out completely the package deal that we are organized with the rooms. And we have, for the moment, about 40 other people that are coming. And these are only the people who have really told me. So I expect, you know, anywhere probably over 100 who are going to be there.
Are the meeting rooms big enough, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe we'll have to split up. But immediately when I started to get this flood of people, I immediately went and did the deposit on the two rooms for the entire week. So we have a press room for 60 people, and we have the other room who is also for 40 people. Maybe we can squeeze in. You know, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
So
Plan D on tour. Plan D, guys on tour.
Yeah, we always go with Plan D anyway. So.
Yeah, exactly.
That's normal. Yeah.
Now, how to get there? First of all, still come to Poprad. There are tons of hotels and Airbnb offerings around, very much nearby Aqua City, the place where we stay. So do come. People are finding that pretty much without a problem. We have a very good, obviously, package deal that we organized, but you know there is tons of available accommodation there. The best way, I mean, you can come to Poprad. Poprad is kind of in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of inside in the center of Slovakia. By the way, for anyone who is asking, I don't know if it's done on purpose, right? Every one of our events is going to be this way, okay? So don't expect, this
one is going to be a walk in the park compared to the next one.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, exactly. You know, we're thinking already about Cameroon, so watch out. In any case, it's in the center of Slovakia. You can get there, but by any city. You can from Poland in Warsaw and Krakow. Krakow, I think, is closer. To my friend Jack here. You can get there by Bratislava by train. Can get there also, Daniel. You can get there by from Vienna, and there are also 3 flights from London, direct flights from London. So
per week.
3 flights per week from London, and I mean, you figure out whatever you want. London is a pretty good hub if you're coming from out of Europe, such as myself. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come via London. Yogesh too. Probably we're going to be on the same flight. And then you can come from any place. I know Tina is coming from Košice, right?
Košice.
Yeah, I'm going to Košice, and also from Vienna to Košice is not a bad deal.
Right.
And then it's about 2.5, 3 hours on the train, and we're going to get information about this because it turns out to be tricky. And I've got local people on the ground who are going to be helping us to do this, and we're inviting the tech community in Slovakia to come, and we're getting some warm response from that. So that's a project for this week. But some people from Slovakia will be coming there.
We are probably going to manage there Mike B, who is based in Bratislava, and I want to shout out right now to Mike B to help us maybe to start, putting the fire up and reaching out to people.
We talked about it. Yeah, there's another guy too.
You can come also via Prague. I mean, there are a lot of big cities kind of around, not very far, 3, 4, 5 hours by train. So just pick whatever is most convenient for you to come, and just come.
Okay, cool. Let's take some questions. Tina, can you help us with that, or Jacek?
I'd be delighted to help with questions. Just to say that earlier on, a guy was asking on the website, would it be possible in the future, it was actually Timberwolf said, can we have a resources section to help us on the Pillar website? So you have a reading list, programming skills needed, blockchain resources, etc.
We have it. It's called decentralstation.com.
Cool. That's great.
Decentralstation.com. I built that a year and a half ago. It's It's showing its age, and we have a couple volunteers who want to overhaul it. And if you want to work on overhauling a resource list, the best way to learn this stuff is to build that's how I learned. I built my own resource list. Now that is more than a year old since it's been updated. So now it's your turn. And we've got some people in our community who want to do it. So as soon as our community launches, we'll have a small channel of people who want to do that. So go now to decentralstation.com and think how you're going to help improve that. That's one of our assets at 2030.
Excellent. That's really, really helpful. And I think what would be great is, I've just seen somebody said that they're here from the United States. Perhaps if everyone can just say where they're from, that would be good. We had the shout out for the London people. Perhaps if we have a shout out for anybody who might be in Central Europe, perhaps let's have a shout out for those people who are going to be coming to PopRad, just so we can.
Well, we did that. They said PopRad.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
But if you live in Slovakia and you can hear my voice right now, we really want you to not just come, but bring your friends from the tech community, the business community, the startup community in Slovakia. We would like to just run over PopRad with crazy techie, startup-y marketing people. And it's 2 weeks away.
And not only from Slovakia, nearby Poland has fantastic tech and blockchain community.
Austria, sure.
Austria, I mean, all this region has fantastic tech communities, blockchain community. Slovenia, just come. So really a shout out for everyone, you know.
Great. And just to say, we've got a lot of people from the US on this evening. Eric M from Oregon, USA. Then we've got 338 Emrad from Idaho. Devin Jack from the United States. Ayman from Chicago.
Say your city. Come on, say your city. So if you're from Idaho Falls, that's different from Pocatello. Come on, let's hear it.
We've got Ed from Vancouver, BC, one of the most beautiful places in the planet. Miles from Togo, USA. Oh, great. We've got Metalist, Manchester, UK. Crypto Bit Brothers, that's fun, from Utah, USA. So thank you for that. That's great. It's really good to see that you're all there.
These are the future pillar meetup cities. Did you know that? Yes. We just got a list of them.
Sleepwoke from San Jose as well. Our friend Sleepwoke's on tonight, so that's brilliant. Thank you, guys.
Hey.
Lovely.
And questions?
Yeah, well, it looks we've got a lot of interaction. Lots of people here, by the way, from New York as well.
I have some questions, if I may too. Tina, okay. Timberwolves have a very specific question. Will Vitor be in Slovakia? He seems to be a psycho fan of Vitor.
Yeah, he's going to be bringing his fan club and all his people that follow him all around the world. We expect him. I haven't had confirmation because he had to apply for a passport to get out of Brazil. But we expect him in PopRad, and we will confirm that by Twitter. So all of Vitor's Twitter followers will know.
Cool. Another question that I think that is worth this quick stance is nice thanks for talking about your plans, but you can't seem to find a roadmap or developmental goals anywhere. Would you please point me to the right direction or talk about it?
Yeah, we don't have really a roadmap. I don't believe in roadmaps. We're going to build this wallet, these two wallets, and we're going to iterate our way there and do it with the market side by side, as Tomer mentioned. Who's R2D2 anyway, by the way? So we're going to engage with the market and let them lead us to pillar nirvana by building things they want instead of building cool stuff that we have to figure out how to market later. But we know we'll be building a killer crypto wallet. So sort of like the Jax wallet, but maybe with voice chat, something like that, some kind of next generation wallet that's easy and makes it very easy to use. So even easier than it is to use Jax wallet right now. Somebody has a background, kids somewhere. Is it Ralph?
No, it's me. Sorry for my...
Okay. We all have kids. Not
Okay.
all of us.
Not much more questions that are waiting because we are working on it immediately. But one funny take from Keith Pierce: your whole approach to this project is awesome. Scary, but awesome.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be careful with money. Unfortunately, we're not hiring 50 people. We're enrolling thousands of people that we're not paying because they're. You know what? I was a volunteer for Consensus for a while and worked with them and wrote things for them, and I've written for their blog several times. And you know, it didn't work out for me to get a job there. That turns out to have been fine. And I just said to Joe, you know, it's an amazing group of people, and they're just fantastic. And for whatever reason, I'll be honest, it just didn't work out there with Consensus. That's fine. I said to Joe, you know, I am going to be able to monetize the experience you've given me. And he said, great. That's what we're here for. That's fantastic. We can't hire everybody. And we appreciate anybody working with us, pitching in and doing. And if you're not on the team, it's just all the much better for you to, you know, go out and find what's right for you. And I did. And it wasn't easy. I've been through some difficult times the last few years, but you know, you just dig in and build things, contribute. You know, you could put this all on your resume and it all smells pretty good, no matter what happens, because it's about community, and community is not about money.
Also
What do
me
we
now.
What do we hear from Albuquerque? Anybody coming to Pop Rad from Albuquerque?
You mean other than me?
Oh no, I mean you.
Yeah, I'm heading in from Albuquerque.
You are coming?
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Oh, great. Okay, there's going to just be a whole plane of people from Albuquerque on the same plane coming from all the way from Albuquerque to Pop Rad. So get your seat now. Awesome. Great. Looking forward to it, Ron.
Cool.
Okay, so just question to quick take. Will we be able to see the tokens in our wallet? Will they?
Oh, I never answered this question before in my life. So if you have bought tokens in the main sale and you're using My Ether wallet, which is the only wallet we support, and you don't see your tokens, there's a little glitch in My Ether wallet. You go to the little space, you can watch my YouTube video where the number of pillar tokens comes up. Right in that space, you click or double click, I'm not sure which, right there, and they'll magically appear. So your tokens are fine. And if you don't see them, click or double click right around in the place near the pillar token, and you'll see them. Now, if you got your tokens in the pre-sale, what's the message? Wait till tomorrow. You'll see them tomorrow. We're not sure what time, but our best engineers are working on it right now. So tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, don't worry. Your pre-sale tokens are there. We'll tell you how to see them. Don't tell me someone wants to know about exchanges.
No, not in this slot.
What
Nice
else?
question here. How do you prevent that other companies will see the same idea and execute your project? Any strategies here? It's Mario's question.
Oh, we hope they do. Oh, that's awesome. That's exactly what we want. And may the best token win, by the way, because if our token turns out to be the one everybody demands, then, well, their amazing system is going to probably have to take our token if they want the users. So that's an ecosystem, and it evolves by co-opetition, and we want it. So please come and steal all of our ideas and do your best, and probably we'll end up working together at some point anyway.
Wicked Vid is saying, can we hear from some of the other members who haven't yet spoken?
Yes. About what? Just
I think, for example, Ruji's here, and it'd be really nice to speak to him and find out what's his role. Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah. Talk about your role. Sure. I'll be right back.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rugi here. I'm from live in State College, Pennsylvania, and I've been helping a lot with marketing, working closely with Jack here, and trying to really just get the word out and follow I'm a big follower of Gary Vaynerchuk. I don't know if a lot of people are familiar with Gary V. And I've been trying to use his philosophy with our program of really constant communication, talking to the people, putting out content, and working with this great team. We've managed to put out a lot of content. And and Ralph too. Ralph was jumping into it too, and I just want everyone to know we're not going to be like some of the other ICOs out there where they get your cash and then run and disappear. You never hear from them again. We plan on communicating constantly with everybody. Getting your feedback from the community, finding out your input on how we can make our products better, ideas, partnerships. So we kind of feel that the collective power of people working together, can move mountains. And, we're counting on, you guys to help us, take on the Apples, Facebooks, all these guys in the world, and, bring power of data, people power back to themselves. So it's a real exciting thing that, that I get to be a part of. And, working with great people is, trying to do great things. What else could you ask for? That's all I got to say.
And Rugi, how do people get in touch with you if they want to connect with you on social media?
They can find me on LinkedIn. I'll respond to anybody's requests, on LinkedIn if they want to get in touch with me. And I'm on Twitter. I don't use it that much. I don't even know my handle name exactly, but I'll get that. But LinkedIn's probably the best way to get in contact.
Oh, I remember it. It's Pillar Wallet on Twitter. I just remember.
Okay, cool. No, I was talking about my personal Twitter. I was saying. I got you.
Very funny, very funny. You can find Rugi's name on our website, so you can spell it into LinkedIn and connect with him. Mm-hmm. And by the way, now we have a little money. Now we can actually have email addresses. Isn't that exciting, everybody? Yeah. Who wants to manage that? We're going to need a systems administrator too in London, just but not a traditional one, but someone who can do a lot of that stuff. Of course, we have Ralph. He's top to bottom, so he does it all.
Timberwolf is saying, can we have links on the website to some of us here in the group, so that people get to know us? That's a suggestion.
You mean like what? Like a link?
Yeah. So, for instance, perhaps a little profile and a link to LinkedIn for us, and we could have.
Didn't we do that? Didn't we put in LinkedIn?
I'm not sure. I don't think LinkedIn's in. I think we've got the pictures and some of the names, but it'd be good to connect the social media, especially because it's such a socially media-driven activity.
Well, listen. Let me just address this right now. Within a week or so, we're going to have our online community, and you're going to see all of us. Okay, so we don't need to go the indirect route. We're going to go the direct route. Just give us some days to get the system set up and start putting some channels down, and then Rugi can have his own celebrity channel, where people can pay homage, and yes, and tell him all the nice things that he needs to hear.
You're joking a bit, David, but I actually want to piggyback on that in a serious matter. I've received a few emails telling me you're probably very, very busy and my email is not important. Don't ever send me these kind of emails again. Never tell me you are not important. Never tell me that. This is not true, and it's exactly the opposite of what we're trying to do, of what we're trying to build here. So
my God,
just connect with us. It's always a pleasure to hear from you. I'm delighted that you're coming to PubRad, and reach out. We're here from that. We're here for you, for the community. So don't, there is no hierarchy. There is no these kind of things. Okay.
I have news. Ether is now at $230. We now have $26 million in our address. That just happened while we were talking. $3 million just while we were talking. It's going to go up and down, but holy smokes, that's impressive.
Prepare for Pillar project. We made 5 million in one day.
Exactly.
What's coming? What's coming next?
Well, it's going to go up and down, but you know, pretty exciting times, and we want you to join us. So all of you people chatting in the chat box, you know, show us your energy and your creativity and work your way in. Okay, anything else?
Yeah, we've
One
got a
thing.
question. Sorry.
I just wanted to say that what Tomar just said was really nice. I also don't like when people don't think they are worthy of our attention or in general worthy of anything. You shouldn't feel like that. You should know what you are worth and you should fight for it. And that's what we do. And we think that what we are fighting for is worth for all of us. And that includes all of you. So I thought it was really cool that you pointed that out, Tomar. That's it. Except for one thing. Your pre-sale tokens will be there tomorrow, so don't send me an email.
And just to say that Cameron Gordon asks a really great question here. Can I just ask how much help were people like Joe Snip for and their YouTube channels at getting the project out there?
Okay, I will really simply answer that by asking you to go to Google or go to medium.com and type in 20 years and 3 months to make an overnight sensation, because this is an essay I wrote on 2 days ago, whenever that, I don't know the days of the week anymore, Sunday or Monday, and it's been picked up by Hacker Noon. So it's one of the Hacker Noon stories, and we have the whole, you know, detailed unfolding of the Pillar ICO as it went down, step by step there, and you'll get all the gory details there, and a bunch of the emails that we received, and really, I kind of, you know, I'll be really interested to come back and read that, you know, in a year or so. And so go look, 20 years and 3 months to make an overnight sensation. Try that. Gotcha.
And Tina, I'll just add a little bit to that question, and I would say, with influencers, people like that, you can't quantify it. There's no number that you could say that X equals Y or something like that. So it's not a science, but it's kind of an art. And I think one of the things that I've learned from this, other things, is what people want more than anything else is authenticity. And the thing that, especially, I don't know if Sleep Woke is still listening, like her video probably really exemplifies, you know, among a lot of them, like that authenticity that, you know, you can't really create in other mediums. Like, you know, people, like, you don't need a fancy $2 million stat at BBC or something like that, reading off of cue cards. And like, just the fact that people in these videos are, you know, it's not, you know, it's not memorized. It's something that they have, they're thinking, and people can see that connection. So, you know, I don't think we can put a number on it, but the impact is huge. And also another good thing is that these videos are now here. So as we move forward, as more people want to learn about the product, you know, those are there forever. So, you know, I don't think we can undervalue, you know, what the contribution of these influencers.
Very well said. And just to say, it's a good point. And Sleepwoke's video came at such a fantastic time. And her authentic point of view came across so well. And it explains something very complicated in a very simple way. Well done. It's great, really, all the work you've done in garnering that interest from these influencers. It's fantastic.
It's really fun, and I think one of the things, you know, we didn't tell these people what to say. You know, I think that authenticity comes through. Like, you know, people just got, you know, it's their honest expression of what they felt, and that came across, and, you know, people responded to it.
You know, video is our medium of communication now. So, you know, we will set up in London in some not particularly nice, medium quality space. It's nice and big, and we'll have basically a full video production studio there. And we are not hiring any video specialists. We're going to figure it out because we have.
David, you want to move your mic down, please? Can you move your mic down? Because we didn't hear you very well.
Sorry.
Yeah.
There I am. So we're going to have a full production video studio in our office. And you know, we'll get some advice from some pros, video pros, but we've got enough people here who can really get anything done. So we're going to do that. That's something Jack, you and Ralph and others can start looking into, because we're going to have a pro broadcast studio, and we're going to have lots of events, live events, interviews, pumping out tons and tons of information, not just about Pillar, but about blockchain in general and how you can get involved, and about our, you know, growing community of Pillar enthusiasts. So watch out. There's going to be lots of video.
Go on.
What? I'm done.
I'm just getting really excited here, you know.
Oh, you are? Oh, good. Okay, yeah, we're gonna buy some killer gear too. Are you excited about that?
Yes, t-shirts, mugs, the whole shebang, hats.
No, we're gonna get killer audio video gear for those of us who are gearheads.
Pillar gear. I want pillar gear as well.
Killer pillar gear. That's right.
Pillar gear, yeah.
Right. So.
Okay, David, I see you have too much fun, so maybe one question for you. Why no roadmap?
No, I don't believe in roadmaps. I'm sorry, I've seen too many roadmaps. Roadmaps are fictional, you know. What's the way I say it? Roadmaps are just something that exists in your mind. And you know what's better is just to have a goal, a very simple goal, and just steer across the ocean by kind of going from one island to the next. Just you don't know which way the wind will blow you. So roadmaps are for people who go to, you know, big consulting firms and make matrices and PowerPoints and stuff. We're not doing that.
David, another point about roadmaps, I definitely agree with you. I love the analogies, but I like to quote the great Mike Tyson. He said, everyone has a plan till they get punched in the face.
Exactly. We could have roadmapped this ICO out. We could have roadmapped the ICO out, and we would have just thrown it in the trash on day one.
Exactly. Like when, I think it sounds simple, but it's actually a really profound statement. Like people spend months training and everything. They have everything executed. You're going to do this and that. And then you get punched in the face. Then the whole plan's out the window.
Guys, just watch our live streams. There will be always a quote from a boxer, from Rogi. So be sure that we'll keep you motivated, guys.
I actually felt during the pre-sale, I felt the punch in the face.
That's because Joe J-Snip4 punched us very hard. Knocked us flat.
To elaborate on the previous question, Eric is asking, if you believe in no roadmaps, how are you keeping the team accountable and on target with the project as a whole? What's the largest size project you have successfully completed without a roadmap?
I'm going to let Richard Sheridan answer that question. Please read the book, Joy Inc. by Richard Sheridan, then let's talk. And if you really care about this question, come to PopRad and come learn. This is always going to be a laboratory-like environment where we're doing experiments all the time. Everything's an experiment. We're always pivoting. We don't know where we're going, but we certainly are going to be focused on making a fantastic wallet. This is not really rocket science. Jax has an unbelievably great wallet. Lika has a very good wallet. So we know the general category, but we're going to be adding so much to it over time that it's just going to evolve in ways we cannot possibly predict. Gotcha. Sorry. Okay. All right. How many people are watching? When can we, I'm happy to answer questions, but, or we can turn it over to Ron and Ron can answer questions.
Any questions to Ron?
Yeah.
We've got 207 people watching at the moment.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay, guys.
We're buying the drinks on Friday night, the August 4th, I think it is. That's our party. That's going to be our customer and person and everybody appreciation party. It's award night. It's not comedy night. It's not our talent contest. It's award night for all the amazing things people have done. And the drinks are on us. So come to our big party. That's, I think, Friday night, the 4th, is that right, of August. And even if you do nothing else, if you can't be there for the week, come for our big party. And by the way, Tomer, we better start booking a full venue just for the party.
Book some baristas or pilaristas.
We got to figure it out. Okay.
People are saying, can we hear from Ron?
Yeah, let's hear from Ron.
Yeah. What would you like to hear? I'll just give a quick background of how I got into this, if that's okay. I started about 3 or 4 weeks ago just researching blockchain stuff and stumbled upon this and said, hey, this sounds interesting. And I just sort of looked around, made an introduction, and I think David said, hey, could you help on this? And I jumped in, and I keep jumping in on various things. You know, did a lot of work on wordsmithing, various pages on the website. My background's technology and not so much English, you know, as a major or grammar. But yeah, just jumped in, and I'm just excited for all the possibilities that can happen here. There's just so much, and yeah, it's just such a good group of people. I'm just excited to be here. I'll be in PopRad for sure. Just trying to learn as much as I can and contribute however. So I think that's the whole sense of community.
That's it. Cool question from TXSW. How many people are we expecting in PopRad? Maybe
I would say about 100. I would say about 100 for the moment. That's what I can predict, but much more if our shout out to the nearby tech communities in Poland, in Slovakia, in Slovenia, in nearby Austria, etc., has been heard. So I don't know.
Bring your hiking boots. We're going hiking. These are beautiful mountains, and there's lots of water slides. And just do your research. It's gorgeous there.
Miles Togo is saying, do you sing karaoke?
Depends on how Friday nights will go.
That is a secret guarded only by an address with a private key that I do not give out.
And Mark Needham says, you guys bleed goodwill for the common person. Like that.
Okay, anything else? I think we can wrap up pretty soon. And look, there's going to be many more events. PopRad is just the beginning. We're coming to the United States. We're coming to Asia. Asia is huge for us. The United States, these are big markets. Europe is a tiny market. It's kind of, it's an aging, sleepy market. United States and Asia is where the growth is. And we are not just some little London company at all. We plan lots of stuff in the United States, in Asia, in the developing world. The Pillar wallet is just going to be a huge game changer for people in the developing world. And we will like to start that right away. Anybody we can partner with, anybody want to send your people to come work with us and build this and bring it back to Kenya, bring it back to Zimbabwe, bring it back to South Africa. That's not the developing world anyway. Bring it back to Madagascar, wherever you are. That's why we're here. We're building a platform, and you solve problems with it, right? And you can start now, as far as I'm concerned. You can say, we've got this use case, and we want to bolt it onto your wallet. Give us the API and the plan for that, and we'll say, holy crap. Okay, sorry. Give us a couple days, and we'll get something out. Okay. Okay, my kids are melting down. You guys can stay if you want, or should we call it a night?
There's one last question that keeps coming back. Token price predictions.
Where are my pre-sale tokens? Oh yeah.
No.
Okay, so I predict our token price will fluctuate mostly based on the needs of people who have to have liquidity and get rid of them, not because they want to, but because they just have to for whatever reason. Now that the price of Ether and Bitcoin is back up for now, that changes things, and there will probably be less selling, I'm guessing. Our token will very probably rise a bit with the rise of Ether and sink a bit with as if Ether goes down. And it will trade in a fairly narrow range between, let's say, 4.67 and 5.34 for a while, because we have no news, right? There's just we just did it, and now we're gonna, and it's just like the Ethereum Ether token, it's news driven. So we're just going to be getting news out continuously. So we hope to have just continuous small price increases is what we're hoping for. And then, you know, David had a bad day, so the price goes down or whatever. Or David shook hands with Donald Trump, and so the price plummets and things like that. Of course, I wouldn't do that. I value my hands way too much for that, so don't worry. But, you know, so over time, the news will drive the price, and not too much. You know, 4.8, 5.2, it's just going to be a matter of people buying them, selling them, and picking them up for a while. Give us until we launch a product, and you may see some movement, right? We're going to be launching these little incremental movements out to our early adopters and alpha testers and stuff. But as you see something come out that doesn't suck, you're probably going to see some movement in the price of the pillar. There aren't that many pillars in circulation. So the price now has a chance to go up, I would say, in 6 to 10 months, right? So it won't surprise me if the cryptocurrencies kind of carry it up and down like a C, right? Like kind of bobbing in the C, and that we have our own little rise, finishing out, let's say, Q1 next year with, you know, a reasonable amount of growth, I would hope, and then, you know, finish the entire year next year with some serious appreciation. So that's certainly the way. I mean, hey, we all have pillar tokens, you know, we're all in the same boat now.
Lorenzo is predicting that one pillar will be one Lambo.
Will be what?
One Lamborghini.
Well, if the pillar token is about $1 18 months from now, I'll be pretty excited about that. I have no idea, you know, but that'd be awesome if we could achieve that.
Okay, final 2 questions. When there will be TLR tokens in my Ether wallet? The first one, and we can go. That's 2, and we can go. Yeah.
Okay. Say goodbye, R2D2.
Thank you very much, guys. All the questions that you will still have, if they were unanswered or only answered 10 times and not 11, come with them to Twitter @Pillar Wallets. I'm tirelessly replying. So come on. See you there.
Okay, we'll see you in the news. You're going to get a newsletter tomorrow, and you'll be getting updates frequently, and we'll see you in the community very soon. Thank you, everyone.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Good night.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye, kids.
Or have a good day.
Say bye, boys.
Bye, kids.